Hey, happy Halloween! Happy Halloween 2025. Kayla, how do you plan to celebrate Halloween tonight?
So I'm going to go. First, we're gonna go around.
Wait, first of all, what is your costume?
Okay, it doesn't look the best right now because I didn't do the makeup because I'm going somewhere after this. But I'm the Joker, which is a very basic costume this year, and a lot of people are doing it, but it's so cute. And what the frick are you?
Oh, I am my favorite mythical character, Paul Bunyan, the greatest logger of all time. That's what
Wow,
I want to be for Halloween 2025.
that's cute. So tonight to celebrate Halloween, first, so Addie's gonna come over after her school, but she goes to Liberty, so she's gonna come over once her school ends, and then we're gonna just hang out for a little bit. Might ride a scooter somewhere, and then once we get ready, we're gonna go to the little boo bash thing at 5 o'clock because the first 50 people at the Kona Ice stand can get a free Kona Ice.
Wait, where at?
The little there's a little Halloween bash.
Where?
It's either down here or at that park down
Oh,
there.
it's always going to be here. Okay, so our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So our neighborhood's going to have an activity. Hey, do
Yeah.
you think, because they're going to have a contest at 6:30, do you think I can win it?
With your jeans and flannel?
Yeah.
No.
Wow. Okay.
And then, so we're gonna get some candy around our neighborhood, and then we're gonna go over to our friend's house.
So our neighborhood's really fun on Halloween,
Really
like
fun.
really fun. So we wanted to do kind of reintroduce ourselves since it's been almost 4 months. I think this is
Uh-huh.
episode 16. So we kind of want to introduce yourself. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Kayla Garza. I'm 14 years old, and I'm a freshman in high school. I live in Arizona, and I do dance as a sport, and I like to box with my dad.
Beautiful. So I'm Esteban Garza, her dad. I was born and raised in South Texas. I spent the first 40 years of my life in South Texas. Most of those years were spent in the Rio Grande Valley. I grew up in a town called Elsa, Texas. It's right by the border. Where were you born?
I was born in Texas, but I live in Arizona now.
What part of Texas? You don't even know.
I don't know.
You know the name of the city you were born in?
I don't know.
Kayla was born.
McAllen.
We lived in McAllen, but
Oh.
you were born in Edinburgh, Texas. Actually, where you were born literally was right next to McAllen. So yeah, McAllen, Texas, Edinburgh, Texas. And you moved to Arizona at what age?
I was like a year old.
15 months old.
15 months old, and my sister was 10 days old.
I dragged my family from South Texas to Phoenix, Arizona, and we live here now. And about the beginning of the year, we talked about a project together. And we've done several projects together. We've done a YouTube channel before, but we want to do one together.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first title we had was, what was the first title of this podcast?
Dad, I have a question.
Dad, I have a question. And it was, we would always hang out and she would always ask me questions. And I want to encourage her to not just ask me questions, but to ask
other people questions.
other people questions. Right. And we ended up with Dad, let's talk.
Because Dad, I have a question was already taken.
Well, true. But I think I like this podcast.
I like Dad, let's talk better. Because I'm not always asking you questions. Sometimes it's just Dad, let's talk.
Correct. And so I didn't really understand why I always say the Lord, God was pushing me in this direction. And I think I have the answer now.
Okay, what's your answer?
Well, first of all, okay, so um, I always envisioned fatherhood as me having sons and me spending time with my sons, going to football games, boxing, um, that kind of relationship. And God had a different plan for me, and He gave me daughters. And so I don't know how to interact with two daughters.
Yeah.
So I felt like this would be a way for you and I to connect.
And I like it.
I like it too. I love it a lot, actually. And somebody asked me, what is it that you want for your daughters when they come out of high school? And I've been thinking about that quite a bit. And this morning, it kind of like something happened, like we always get a sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a sign. And I've always believed that the sooner you can figure out life, the better life works out for you. Okay, so what does that mean, right?
I don't know that. Tell me.
So when you're growing up, like a boy, you have a lot of ninth grade friends. When you're growing up in high school, so you have to listen to this very carefully, okay? You pay attention, okay?
Uh-huh.
When I was in ninth grade, 10th grade, we view life through like a straw. This is all we can see, right? Some people call it tunnel vision. They have different names for it. But that's really like somebody your age. You only see what's in that straw: your friendships, your makeup, your clothes. You don't see the world. And as you get older, the straw gets bigger, right? And you can start seeing through a bigger straw, through a bigger tunnel, right? And once you start to understand life, you do not you're not viewing life through a tunnel, through a straw, through
I like that a lot.
and so there was a moment in my life where I kind of felt like my vision of the world and how it all comes together. There was moments in my life where like, wow, I can see more beyond myself because
Uh-huh.
by nature I think humans are very selfish. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
And so we kind of see things through just a little straw. And you and your sister are good examples. You just see my makeup, my hair. You're not worried about the things that I worry about.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
I agree. I do agree.
And so if at 18 you can kind of see the world for what it is, you're going to have a lot of success.
That's good.
And so I'm hoping that this podcast does that for you.
And I think it will.
Um, you want to know the moment that, because we all have blinders, we all have a tunnel vision, we all just see what we understand. But there was a moment that I remember specifically where all my barriers, all my blinders broke free. You want to know that moment? I knew the exact moment where the life would never be the same.
Okay. Tell me
It
about it.
was September of 2012. I was the line judge for Baltimore Ravens hosting New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And um, there was a moment there. Tom Brady, they were driving the ball. The Ravens were driving the ball, and actually the Patriots were driving the ball. Tom Brady was on offense. He's driving the ball. Something happened in one of those plays, and I remember I turned around and I saw the entire stadium, all of it, and they were all chanting in unison. They were all chanting a song by Seven Nations. Anyways, I don't know. The world just seemed like it was a 360 view of the entire world. I was no longer viewing life through a tunnel.
I like that.
And ever since then, life really changed for me. I wrote my first book.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of things since then.
Had a lot of accomplishments.
A lot of accomplishments. Once you break those barriers down, I actually have a better description than straws.
Okay.
Okay, so I walk the dogs. Or let's say this. Sometimes we go to the back of the neighborhood and it's really dark.
Yeah.
Imagine being way back there in the neighborhood and you have a flashlight,
Uh-huh.
and that's all you can see.
Uh-huh.
Well, a lot of people see life just through that light.
Oh.
Am I boring you?
No.
And the bigger the flashlight, the bigger light source, the more you can see.
Yeah.
So by the time you leave high school, I don't want you to have a little flashlight. I want you to have, I want the whole backyard, the whole back of the neighborhood lit up for you.
Okay.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
And once that starts to happen, school becomes easier, friendships become easier,
Everything becomes a little easier.
everything becomes a lot easier. When you go into a party tonight with a bunch of ninth grade, eighth grade boys, ninth grade, 10th grade,
Yeah.
talk to them and you're going to say, oh man, they don't see beyond. They're like hitting each other and they're like running around chasing each other. They don't see the world.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how do you feel about the podcast so far?
I feel pretty good about it. And although we don't have like a lot of viewers or subscribers yet, I think that we'll get there. How do you feel about it?
First of all, does it bother you that we don't have a lot of viewers or subscribers
No,
yet?
it doesn't bother me.
Okay. So I'm like you, it doesn't bother me. And I'm in no hurry. If we ever do get a lot of subscribers and viewership, that is going to be fantastic. But I'm in no hurry.
Me either.
When I first became a referee, people don't know this, but I was working football games like for 6-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
It's called Pop Warner, and I was doing eight Pop Warner games on a Saturday so I could learn. I was kind of just like I needed to perfect my skill,
Uh-huh.
and this is what we're doing. We're perfecting our skill,
For it to be good.
and because one day I knew that I was going to be, for example, on the college field or an NFL field,
Uh-huh.
right? But I wanted to be really ready.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're preparing ourselves for the day that we do have a big audience.
Yeah.
So and we're just not there yet, skill wise.
Not there yet, but we will be eventually.
Correct. And I'm in no hurry.
Me either.
So once we do, I feel like we master it. I'm definitely gonna promote it, push it.
And I'm excited.
What did you? So we had a challenge, and you had to cook a meal for your dad. What did you make for your dad, and how did you feel?
Bean cheese burritos was pretty easy. It's pretty good.
How did you feel preparing a meal for your father?
How I feel preparing a meal for myself.
Your father, because the challenge was to
For
make.
myself, that's how I feel. I feel the same way as I do preparing a meal for myself.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. I just like didn't really feel anything. It was just like making a meal.
Well, I take
It
it
was
makes
really good. I ate it.
I whenever you ask me for a meal or I take you, I'll give you right. It brings me great joy.
Brought me great joy.
What you? Hey, don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to
It
me.
brought me great joy to make my dad food.
Well, I was hoping you would say I want to do it more often.
No.
So you asked me to read the Bible, and
I
I've been
did.
reading the Bible and taking notes. Want to know how that's going?
I do want to know how it's going.
First of all, why did you ask me to read the Bible? What was the meaning behind it?
Because I knew that you needed to.
Oh wow! Tell me why.
Because you needed Jesus in your life.
Do I not come across as Christ-like?
Not much.
Is it my aggressive personality?
Yes.
But it's a good personality, just kind of.
Yeah, it's just kind of aggressive and judgmental.
Who do I judge?
Who do you not judge? You're very judgmental.
I'm very observant. What's the
No, you're
difference?
judgmental. Okay, you're both. You're both.
Um. Okay. I think we might have a different definition of judgmental, but
And I think mine's right.
I respect your opinion and I'll look into it. Is it because I'm very vocal? Is that why?
I think you're just like sorry. Yeah, I guess so.
You want me to be more passive,
No.
more late? Like
I think you're fine. I think you just needed to like not always see the bad in people.
okay, can you want to give me an example or
Well, I feel like you mostly see the bad in people, and a lot of times you look past the good in them.
okay? So I see the bad in people, but I don't see the good in them.
Yeah, I feel like you look past the good and only see the bad.
So okay, so let's address that.
Okay.
Okay, so I am very protective of my time, very protective. Only my daughters and your mother and very few others get my time. And so to be included in that circle, yes, I do expect certain people to be. I expect something. I expect that they're not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Can I give you an example?
Yes.
So I was always on a path. I once thought I was going to run for governor of Texas. I
Really?
tell you that. And so I lived a very straight and arrow life. Like it was
Uh huh.
very, very determined.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened. Um, Two of my friends drowned in a boat accident. And whenever people die close to you, it does something to you. And I let my guard down.
Uh huh.
And I let a lot of people into my life.
Uh huh.
And before you knew it, I was very social. I used to host poker nights at my house, because we were kind of all mourning the loss of our two friends.
Mm-hmm.
And these are people that I grew up with, but I wasn't socializing with them anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
these two guys passing away opened the door to that.
Uh huh.
Okay, and so all of a sudden you got people coming to my house every Wednesday to play poker. I used to live by myself at
Uh
a
huh.
nice house
Mm-hmm.
before I met your mother,
Mm-hmm.
and that led to me opening a restaurant slash bar with some of those guys, and my life just went off tangent.
Uh huh.
And it's all because I let some people into my life in an intimate fashion. By that I mean like I have a lot of friendships, but not to the point where like we hang out on a daily basis or a
Yeah.
weekly basis. And so I'm very cautious who I let into my life now. Some of those guys ended up in jail.
Wow.
I had two of those guys ended up going to prison that I was in that circle with, And
Prison is more than jail, right?
yeah, they went to a federal prison, which is,
So that means they did something bad.
yep,
What did they
exactly.
do? We'll talk about that another time.
Well, they were doing what's called drug trafficking. They
Oh,
were,
I don't know what that means.
so they weren't actually moving the drugs from one place to the other, but they were laundering the money.
Oh,
It
which is
was,
illegal.
yeah, very illegal.
Very
But
illegal.
anyways, I'm very careful who I let into my world. And
Uh
so
huh.
I don't mean to be judgmental. I just kind of like, I analyze uh, relationships, friendships, and I want to make sure that if I give you my undivided attention, that you're not going to waste it.
I like that. That's good.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
And so I do see the good in everybody, but I also want to make sure that you don't have bad intentions.
That's good.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So if I'm judgmental, it's not in the sense where I'm judging them. I'm judging if I should allow myself to open up to them.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
at a young age, um, you're going to be very you're not gonna you're gonna let a lot of people into your world because you're young and you just think everybody has good intentions, but there's a lot of people with bad intentions, and it's gonna take. And you can develop this other skill, how to sniff out the bad people. Your life will be even better. You're gonna mess it up. So, okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
So, but I am reading the Bible, but I'm struggling. I'm
You sure?
struggling because
Yeah.
I mean the Bible's not easy to read,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah. I do agree.
Um, but if you live by the Bible, um, okay, I'm gonna tell you a story where I'm going with this. I met up with an old friend yesterday. Yep, yesterday, and he doesn't wear a cross here. He doesn't put on his social media. I'm a Christian follower, Christ follower, or a biblical verse. He doesn't do any of that stuff. But when I was sitting with him, we were talking about his children. He fosters a lot of kids, right? And recently they fostered and then eventually adopted an infant. And they just opened their homes to people,
Uh,
right? And then we talked about a tough subject, and all he said was, I'm not concerned because I just follow God's plan.
uh,
That's a man that I respect.
yeah.
He'll never tell you through social media that he's,
Yeah.
a God follower, or he won't wear a little cross. He just does God's work
Yeah.
without telling you he's doing God's work.
Yeah.
And actually, in Matthew's, what I'm reading says, don't do good work and tell everybody about it. Just
Just
keep it
do the
between,
good work. Yeah.
yeah, keep it you and the man upstairs. But I'm ashamed that today I read, I think I knew this, but maybe I didn't quite understand it. John the Baptist was murdered. He was
Oh.
beheaded for speaking up against what, um, what one of the kings was doing. And
Mhm.
so they had him beheaded.
Oh wow.
So I'm learning.
Yeah.
Um, do we want to do another challenge, or are we good?
Next week we'll do another challenge.
We take a week off.
Take a week off, and next week we'll carry back on.
Okay. Is there any other questions you have for me?
I think we covered it. I think we covered it for
I think we
today.
covered everything.
I think we covered everything for today.
So, okay. Well, we hope you guys have a good Halloween.
Bye, guys. Have a good Halloween.
Thank you. If you get a chance and you want to spread the word, we're trying to grow this podcast one day, one person at a time. Hit subscribe, hit like. Baby doll, I love you.
Love you too.
Be safe tonight and Halloween. Okay.
Okay.
Don't let anything bad happen. Take care, guys. Bye bye.